So, Simon beat Mummy.
He did,
Hey,
yes.
Mommy.
So obviously, as we know now, he just simply has to.
Mommy.
The rest of the matches will go on as normal. So that'll give Simon time to kind of rest up, recuperate again. He doesn't really need it because it was kind of a wash during the last match. But oh shit, it's the Castlevania song.
Yeah.
And but yeah, no, I mean, see, Simon's just kind of in gorilla position right now, waiting. You're just kind of waiting for his match to go on. Is maybe going back to catering. Getting a quick bite to eat. Bit of a weird venue, as you can see.
They got chicken in the walls.
Yeah, chicken in the walls, and this is like this is basically just the Staples Center for.
Is wall chicken cooked or is it raw?
Considering how delicious it looks, I'd say it's cooked.
Yeah, it's a rotisserie.
The wall cooks it. Walls. If it's like in the wall, if it's in the wall next to the corners are 90 degrees, right? So.
Hey, do you guys remember the chicken?
Oh, dude, I get it. Like you're cooking it, it's like
Celsius?
90 degrees. Yeah.
Do you guys remember the
Actually,
chicken in the
90 is not
microwave
much.
in Mega Man 11?
Yeah, you need 90 Celsius.
There's a microwave. Can you cook
That
in
would
it?
be.
No,
yeah.
don't you remember in Mega Man
That'd be
11, in this, any scene that was in Dr. Light's lab, there was like a microwave that was constantly running with some chicken in it?
I actually remember.
Dude, he needs it, bro. He's hungry. He's a hungry man of
I'm
science.
fucking destroying these Reese's cups.
These Reese's
Dude, why
peanut
not
butter
eat 'em?
cups?
Are you just crushing them?
No, I'm shoving them.
Wait, that's another slang for eating something, I think. Crushing.
Yeah.
Stapling the Reese's to your...
You can. There's
prostate.
a lot of euphemisms for a lot of things. My favorite thing is just that one Japanese bassist who was talking about his first experience playing music in America.
Oh yeah, and him learning about slang.
He would be like, "That was disgusting," and he goes, "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to offend you." And they're like, "No, it's good." That's sick. That's nasty. And he's like, "What are you talking about?"
It's funny because this was a conversation that was in one of the episodes that went up recently.
What?
Really?
Yeah, this
That's
week.
real?
This week. I can't remember if it was Knights or Pokemon, but it was this week.
It would have been Pokemon.
It had to have been.
Yeah,
I think
because
it had to have been Pokemon, 'cause
yeah,
we didn't talk about
I don't remember
that,
talking
right?
about this in Nights.
because Knights
No.
had the it had quick enough turnover that we probably all remember that.
Yeah.
Be firm.
Dude, that's Gabe.
The multiplying slime guy?
Oh, is it slime?
Beginning is also
is he
a pop of
mud?
a theme, I must say.
Yeah, mudstone.
So let's just
Mud is just rock pee.
So what's the deal with these
Okay.
rocks anyway?
No. I'm not letting that one slip. No.
You mean you're not letting that one
No.
slide?
No. I'm letting nothing come of that, bro. No.
Nothing come of this.
Did somebody say
Oh
come?
my god, this guy fucking oh my god, I'm
I didn't
gonna
say the
fucking
word.
wah. I'm gonna cry.
You know
What are you
why?
gonna try?
Mud rock.
It's better than you're gonna
Piss
win.
and shit.
Waluigi voice.
no,
I'm gonna win!
I actually watched that video literally 17 times today.
It's so good.
It's such a fucking funny. You peed on it.
You peed on it.
didn't you, you little piss boy?
I'm not a piss baby. I'm not. Stop
Oh.
calling me a piss baby. It was fun.
Has Carrie seen this video?
Oh, did Evan post a video?
No.
No.
Anyway.
It's a-
Important
It's just-
stuff
I
is
don't
going on.
recognize
Gabe, I
what
hope you're
you
ready
talking
because
Oh, don't worry. So Simon Belmont, just kind of hanging out. Actually, he's being interviewed by backstage interviewer Kathy Kelly. When all of a sudden the interviews interrupt, and he gets blindsided by the skeleton bird thing.
Slugger is his name.
Simon's initially caught off guard.
Gabe,
but,
I'm
he's
sorry. I
he's
need
strapped him back.
I know what you're doing, but I need to say fuck this boss. This is the most annoying boss in the game because for two reasons. Firstly, he has he has 10 whole seconds of iframes.
Nice.
2, he can just do that attack as soon as he lands. And 3, his hitboxes make no sense.
Copy. So he's frame safe.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So now that now that Simon's is struggling a bit, he's looking a little worse for wear. this bird skeleton thing is kind of causing havoc, but Simon manages to knock him out by throwing him into a loading zone, and in a closed loading zone. He ricochets off the garage, and in the interview, Captain Kelly runs over to Simon. He's like, "Oh my gosh, you okay? Okay?" The referees come over like, "Hey, are you okay? Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, that bastard Dracula's sending his goons on me. Don't worry, Dracula. Though, when I'm done with them, I'll be done with you too." And so Simon gets up to finish the next segment, and then so the matches the matches are occurring, and all of a sudden we're cut to Simon Belmont in the medical room being checked on by medical staff. When all of a sudden the door busts open, boom! There's a fucking gargoyle that comes in and starts scrapping with fucking Simon Belmont, even though he was just previously injured.
Gaibon is way easier than Slugger though. You fight 3 bosses here before fighting Dracula, and Gaibon is definitely the easiest of the 3. Just because his pattern is so predictable.
So Gaibon busts in and is like, "You're about to die, Bon." And then Simon's like, "We'll see about that," and grabs his whip, and they start scrapping. The referees are trying to pull him apart, but Simon's just brawling. And then Simon says something along the lines of like, "You son of a bitch, you're part of Dracula's faction. You're really gonna let him control you, dictate you what he wants?" And then Gaibon's like, "I don't have a choice. I gotta stay close to the champ if I want to look out for my own safety." And so they're like scrapping and stuff as this like dialogue happens, because it's pro wrestling, because of course. And then referees are trying to split them up, and then Monday Night Raw official Adam Pearce comes. He's like, "Hey, break it up." And then as he like comes in to say like break it up, Simon lands like a nasty suplex on Gaibon, and Gaibon fucking dies and turns into bones. And then they're like, "Oh my fucking god, he's dead." And then Adam Pearce is like, "Simon, can you continue the match?" And he's like, "Yeah, that bastard Dracula will pay."
So Gabe, can you guess who the next one is? Actually, I think you probably can.
It's death.
You knew that already, yeah.
And so Simon,
yeah.
And so some more matches happen on the night, and we're getting closer to the main event. This is about like, maybe like an hour. The match is occurring, and a backstage segment occurs, and all of a sudden, Hall of Famer.
What was that? Explain yourself, maniacal evil genius. What was that? No, seriously, what was that?
I don't want to be here anymore, man.
Oh, something that was specifically.
You completely ruined my vibe, man. I'm so tired of getting wheezed. Oh my, you're such a fucking asshole.
Yeah, basically I got the idea to do that when you went 2 recording sessions in a row complaining about getting wheezed.
Talk is so cringe. Oh my god.
Absolutely destroyed.
I did it. I completely threw Gabe off his game.
Gabe off his game.
Also, there's a secret area where you get chicken and hearts.
Kiwi.
And you can also get the cross and triple shot if I didn't already have them, so Anyway, now it's time to fight Dracula. I'm not going to do wrestling commentary because I don't watch pro wrestling, so I can't do it well. But this Dracula fight is honestly one of the easier ones, and compared to like both Slugra and Death, but not so much Gaibon beforehand, is like,
Dracula's got hell of an entrance. Did you see his pyrotechnics?
Yeah.
Anyway, so the match starts. We got number 1 contender.
All right,
Simon
Gabe's
Belmont
back.
versus Simon Belmont. Obviously it's a bit of a feeling out process. Both wrestlers, give themselves a nice collar and elbow tie up. Feel each other out. Maybe do a test of strength here. Simon kind of again, using his reach against Dracula. Dracula using some interesting wrestling techniques I've never seen before, such as a flaming skull and sky beam pillar. Again, pretty interesting stuff, but it's kind of throwing Simon Belmont off his game here. It is why he's the champ, though. It is why you very rarely see, when you see Dracula lose, it's important, but you know that inevitably he will come back as champ. So this is a pretty solid match right now. Both wrestlers here pretty evenly matched. Everyone's kind of holding their breaths in anticipation. But Drac. You gotta watch out for that. You gotta watch out for that Drac attack, man. He is a well a well-versed wrestler. You know, he's a very technical wrestler, but also a powerhouse. You know, it's a kind of mix of styles you really have to watch out for. He's really the total package, and it is, you know, again, why he's the champ. But, you know, Belmont has shown so much promise as the number one contender here. And, you know, see, as we can see, you know, Belmont's adapting and learning to, you know, kind of space out these flaming skull things. You know, he's kind of learning to space them out, you know, and properly use his reach to his advantage. And, you know, even though Drax, you know, swinging and, you know, fighting, you know, doing his usual thing, you know, it's looking a little, you know, it's looking a little even right now. And a lot of times these matches between Dracula are a wash, either for the contender or for the, you know, for the champ himself. Drac has fought a lot of Belmonts in the past. And the thing is, too, is, you know, because of this, he's kind of like a taskmaster, you know, from Marvel, where, you know, he learns from his losses. You know, so he's throwing out this new twisty ball thing that shoots out.
Of course, but then Simon hits it and it drops chicken and heals him.
Yeah, so. Yeah, he shoots out this twisty ball thing that shoots out lasers when it stops over. You know, some might call an underhanded tactic, but, you know, there's no rules against using, obviously, projectiles. You know, Drac now has been backed into the corner, and, you know, after that pin attempt by Simon, you know, he's realizing that, you know, his grasp on the champion might be slipping a bit here. So now he's changed forms, Henshin pretty much.
But notice that Simon's theme is playing.
It is. And so the crowd now are seeing the valiant effort that Simon has gone through, you know, are chanting in unison, Simon, 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 as the champ once again faces the threat of losing his title. And, you know, this is one of those things that happens, you know, once every 100 years, and Simon does it. He gets the pin. And he gets the pin, and the light kills Dracula again. The venue opens up. The venue opens up, and
sorry, Carrie, what'd you say?
Dracula.
Does that always happen that the light is what kills him?
This is the only game, to my knowledge, that does that.
Okay, because that's really cool. I like that. I liked that a lot.
The crowd is cheering as Belmont finally grabs the belt and raises it above his head. As Dracula's nowhere to be seen, as the venue opened up and lights came in and killed Dracula. But he'll be back later for another championship run. You know, it's only a matter of time. Like I say, you know, Drac.
You know, I gotta say back. That was quite a valiant effort from Simon, but, like, you know, it still doesn't compare to, like, the first time that Dracula lost his title, where Trevor Belmont, you know, his great grandfather, from 200 years ago, or his great from 200 years ago, he beat Dracula by teaming up with the wizard, or the known as Sypha Belmontes, and they didn't even take a single hit from Dracula.
No. Yeah, no, and it was really interesting too.
This is my way of reminding you that I know damaged Dracula in Castlevania 3.
Yeah, and that was during the territory days, as opposed to, you know, kind of all wrestling being under one banner is during the territory days. So, you know, it was a lot less, you know, kind of regulated. So a 2-on-1 like that, you know, sure, you know, maybe, you know, some say it is unfair, but I think it was a good, you know, lesson, you know, for pro wrestling to kind of move away from those, you know, unfair matches. And yes, okay, you know, you could say, you know, Dracula also kind of did something similar tonight by, you know, having his members of his stable, the Drax, come after, you know, Belmont while he was backstage prepping for the match later in the evening. Yes, you could say it was underhanded, but, you know, I just think the champ was just trying to hold on to his title. You know, it's all relative of perspective. So, yes, you know, 200 years ago, you know, the Belmonts absolutely, you know, washed Dracula with the power of a 2-on-1 handicap. But, you know, essentially this could also tonight have been seen as, you know, a 4-on-1 handicap. But, you know, Belmont proved, you know, that he is the best of the best, and that's why he's now the champ.
All right. Well, with that in mind, it's final thoughts time. Whitney goes first.
Video game, for sure. So let's take a look here. I like the music. And I thought this was a cool, like, imagining of the. Obviously, I didn't play it, so, like, I don't necessarily have anything to say about, like, the gameplay, and whether they, like, improved gameplay, whatever. Music's always a slap. I'd say 6.5.
All right.
Yeah.
Gabe.
6.7.
Oh, okay.
6.9.
Nice.
Final.
Nice. Super Castlevania IV Super. The fourth. The third. It's a game where you play as Big Simon. He's very tall and he has a big whip and he whips things very bigly. The music is nice. I think the designs of this game are pretty fucking cool and good. I mean, look at Simon on the left there. That's Smash Simon. Look at Dracula on the right there. He's a yassified girl boss. I fucking love this game because I think it just looks so like just fucking like it just looks good. Yes, I think the colors are maybe a little drab at times, but I think the stage designs are pretty all right. You know, it's cool bosses. You know, you got Gem Bat on the screen there. And I think it's pretty cool bosses. I mean, yeah, I think it's a cool game. You know, it's considering it's a retelling. I think it's pretty fucking sick. You know, America wanting it to be a sequel, maybe not as sick. Some things get lost in translation, sure, but all in all, I think I think this game's pretty sick. You know, like what you mentioned, music pretty nice. Yeah, I think I'd give this I'll give this a 7 out of 10.
All right. Carrie?
Well, I wish that I was as impressed with the game as Gabe was. I mean, it certainly wasn't terrible, but it felt just like, yeah, here it is. It's Castlevania. It exists. I mean, it certainly did better than some of the other games for me that we've done that I gave horrible ratings, but this one felt kind of average. So my first instinct would be to give it a 5 out of 10, but then I did really like the touch at the end, how the light defeated Dracula. That was really cool. So that bumps up to 6 out of 10 for me.
All right. Well, so the thing about Super Castlevania IV is that a lot of what I enjoy about it comes mainly from the control and just how improved it is over its predecessors. The ability to change your direction in midair wasn't in the previous games, and also the multi-directional whipping creates a lot of versatility, and it just generally makes the game a lot of fun to play until the end where it gets a little dumb in its difficulty department. I need to specify, not challenging. Dumb. Just because just like certain things, it's mainly Slugger's hitbox. It's almost entirely Slugger's hitbox. Death also gives me some trouble, and then I remember what his pattern is, and he stops giving me trouble. Gaibon's a bitch, and Dracula's also kind of a bitch. But I don't know, I like some of the songs too, but I feel like the atmospheric vibe with the music, while effective, doesn't really get me going as much as other Castlevania games do. And generally speaking, I think some other games later on down the line are, I think both of the games later on down the line are better designed despite not having the improved control of Super Castlevania IV, believe it or not. But, I still do really like this game, so I give it an 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to play this game for yourself, the most accessible way to do so right now is via the Castlevania Anniversary Collection that is available on Switch, PS4, and by extension PS5, Xbox One, and by extension Xbox Series X, and Steam. So, really, if you have any modern hardware, any modern gaming hardware, you can play this game. That also goes for the next game that we're playing, as well as the games they played before it, and also the Game Boy titles, but fuck the Game Boy titles.
This guy doesn't like the Game Boy titles.
Hang on a second, let me check. How much does an actual cartridge cost these days? Because I got mine a long time ago, so... Jesus Christ! I mean, that's not bad, but $41 is kind of gross for a price, I must say.
How old's the game?
Huh?
How old's the game?
91.
Old.
It's 91 years old?
Yes.
That's older than I am.
Yeah, I think it's 1991.
91. That's 22 years. Oh, wait, 32 years. Sorry. That's only dropping $20.
Oh my god! It released on it released on Halloween 1991. That's pretty cool.
Interesting. Spooky.
Only in Japan though. America got it in December, the holiday season.
Cringe.
Ooh, Santa.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I fucking love Nightmare Before Christmas.
All right,
my
so
God.
next time on Smash Team Games, we are jumping to the rival hardware, the Sega Genesis, to play Castlevania Bloodlines. Until then, this is Smash Team Games, and Gabe got wheezed.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Bye.